Subscribe, like, and share Cosmo Academia. Malibu, California. A land of sun-kissed beaches and celebrity mansions. Known for its stunning coastline, Malibu is a paradise for surfers and sunbathers alike. The luxurious homes perched on the cliffs offer breathtaking views of the Pacific Ocean, making it a coveted destination for the rich and famous. But there's more to Malibu than just its glamorous facade. Behind this picturesque scenery lurks a constant and formidable threat: the Santa Ana winds. These winds are notorious in Southern California, known for their intensity and unpredictability. They can transform a serene day into a scene of chaos within moments. These winds, hot and dry, roar down from the mountains, carrying with them the potential for devastating wildfires. As they descend, they gain speed and ferocity, turning the landscape into a tinderbox. The dry conditions they bring are perfect for igniting wildfires that can spread rapidly, causing widespread destruction. When the Santa Anas blow, Malibu holds its breath. Residents know all too well the dangers these winds bring. The community braces itself, preparing for the worst while hoping for the best. The winds can be relentless, and their impact is felt by everyone in the area. The air crackles with tension. The static electricity in the air is palpable, adding to the sense of unease. It's a stark contrast to the usual calm and peaceful atmosphere that Malibu is known for. The winds bring a sense of urgency and danger that is impossible to ignore. The hills, covered in dry brush, become tinderboxes waiting for a spark. The vegetation, which is usually lush and green, turns brittle and dry under the influence of the Santa Ana winds. This creates a perfect environment for wildfires to ignite and spread rapidly. The Santa Anas are a fact of life in Southern California. They are as much a part of the landscape as the mountains and the ocean. Residents have learned to live with them, adapting their lives to the rhythms of these powerful winds. They are a powerful force of nature, capable of both beauty and destruction. The winds shape the landscape, carving out unique formations and creating dramatic scenes. But they also bring destruction, leaving a trail of devastation in their wake. Understanding these winds is crucial to understanding the ever-present threat of wildfire in Malibu. By studying the patterns and behaviors of the Santa Ana winds, we can better prepare for and mitigate the risks they pose. It's a constant battle, but one that is essential for the safety and well-being of the community.
Subscribe, like, and share Cosmo Academia. The Santa Ana winds originate far from the beaches of Malibu. They are born in the high deserts of the Great Basin, a vast expanse of arid land east of the Sierra Nevada mountains. Here, under the scorching desert sun, high pressure builds. The air, dry and heavy, seeks an escape route. It finds that escape route through the canyons and passes of the San Gabriel and San Bernardino mountains. As the air is forced through these narrow passages, it compresses and heats up. This process, known as adiabatic heating, is key to the Santa Anas's destructive power.
Subscribe, like, and share Cosmo Academia. The Santa Ana winds, by the time they reach Malibu, are not just hot, they are thirsty. These winds originate from the high-pressure areas in the Great Basin and travel through the mountain passes, losing moisture along the way. They have been stripped of their moisture during their journey over the mountains. As they descend, they compress and heat up, creating the perfect conditions for wildfires. Relative humidity plummets, sometimes to less than 10%. This drastic drop in humidity means that the air is extremely dry, exacerbating the already arid conditions. The dry air sucks the moisture out of vegetation, turning it into highly flammable fuel. Plants that are usually green and lush become brittle and brown, ready to ignite at the slightest spark. The winds themselves act as bellows, fanning any spark into an inferno. The combination of dry vegetation and strong winds creates a tinderbox situation, where fires can spread rapidly and uncontrollably. Embers, carried aloft by the powerful gusts, can travel for miles, starting new fires far from the original blaze. These embers can land on rooftops, in dry fields, or even in forests, igniting new areas and making the fire difficult to contain. Fighting fires under these conditions is a Herculean task, even for the most experienced firefighters. The unpredictable nature of the winds, combined with the intense heat and dry conditions, makes it a battle against nature itself. Firefighters must be constantly vigilant, as the winds can change direction without warning, spreading the fire in new and unexpected ways.
Subscribe, like, and share Cosmo Academia. December 2024, the Franklin Fire, a stark reminder of the destructive power of the Santa Anas.
What began as a small brush fire in Malibu Creek State Park exploded into a raging inferno, fueled by the relentless winds.
Within hours, the fire had consumed thousands of acres, driven by wind gusts exceeding 50 miles per hour.
The firestorm forced the evacuation of thousands of residents. Homes were reduced to ashes. The air, thick with smoke, stung the eyes and burned the lungs.
The Franklin Fire, though eventually contained, left an indelible scar on the landscape and psyche of Malibu.
Subscribe, like, and share Cosmo Academia. The threat of wildfire in Malibu is not going away. The hills, once lush and green, are now marked by dry vegetation and the scars of past wildfires. These scars serve as a stark reminder of the destructive power of fire and the vulnerability of this beautiful region. In fact, it is likely to worsen in the coming years. As temperatures rise and rainfall becomes more erratic, the conditions that fuel wildfires are becoming more prevalent. The rebuilding efforts in Malibu, while commendable, are a testament to the resilience of the community, but also a sign of the ongoing battle against nature's fury.
Climate change, driven by human activity, is leading to hotter, drier conditions across the western United States. The parched earth and dry vegetation are becoming more common sights, transforming the landscape into a tinderbox ready to ignite. The aerial views of these dry landscapes highlight the vastness of the problem, stretching across multiple states and affecting millions of acres. This means longer wildfire seasons, more extreme fire behavior, and fires that are harder to control. Firefighters are facing unprecedented challenges as they battle these intense wildfires, often risking their lives to protect communities and natural resources. The aerial views of vast wildfires show the scale of these disasters, with flames consuming everything in their path and greater risk to lives and property. The aftermath of these wildfires is devastating, with homes and buildings reduced to ashes, families forced to evacuate, and lives turned upside down. The images of destroyed homes and the brave efforts of firefighters rescuing people from the flames underscore the human cost of these natural disasters.
While climate models suggest a potential decrease in the overall frequency of Santa Ana wind events, the data is complex and predictions are constantly evolving. Meteorologists and scientists are working tirelessly to understand these trends and provide accurate forecasts. Their work is crucial in preparing for and mitigating the impacts of these wind events. The peak season, from November to January, is expected to be the least affected. During this time, the Santa Ana winds are at their strongest, fanning the flames of any wildfires that may start. The footage of these strong winds and the dry, windy landscapes they create is a stark reminder of the power of nature and the challenges we face in combating these conditions. This means that the most dangerous winds, those that coincide with the driest months, are likely to remain a significant threat. The dry California hills in November, combined with the wildfire-prone areas and parched landscapes, create a perfect storm for wildfires. As we look to the future, it is clear that addressing climate change and its impacts is more urgent than ever. Subscribe, like, and share Cosmo Academia. The immediate impacts of wildfires, the flames and the smoke are all too visible, but the damage goes far beyond the charred landscape.
Wildfires release tons of pollutants into the air, creating hazardous breathing conditions for miles around. The smoke can travel vast distances, impacting air quality in cities far from the fire lines.
Wildfires also have long-lasting impacts on ecosystems. They destroy habitats, kill wildlife, and leave behind barren landscapes vulnerable to erosion and flooding.
The loss of vegetation can lead to mudslides during the rainy season, compounding the damage.
Subscribe, like, and share Cosmo Academia. Living with the threat of wildfire requires constant vigilance.
Communities in Malibu and other fire-prone areas are taking steps to reduce risk, such as clearing brush around homes, creating defensible spaces, and improving early warning systems. But individual actions are not enough.
Addressing the root causes of climate change is crucial to mitigating the long-term threat of wildfires. This requires a global effort to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, transition to renewable energy sources, and promote sustainable land management practices.
The future of Malibu and other communities on the front lines of climate change depends on it. Subscribe, like, and share Cosmo Academia.